Alright everybody, what is going on? Welcome back or welcome to the channel if you're new. Today we are checking out the first mini album for Stray Kids, MIXTAPE. Now, as always, disclaimer, I don't know how accurate these lyric videos are going to be. You know, still certain members' voices I'm still getting used to, especially for these early tracks, other than, you know, Felix. I'm sure I'm going to still have a hard time. So yeah, I apologize, but we are going through the first mini. Now, if you go over to Patreon, you will see this 2 weeks early access before it goes up live on YouTube. So if that's something that interests you, I will leave a link in the description below where you can check that out. As of this recording, I'm also still checking out Skiz Code, right? The variety show of Stray Kids, which I'm sure in 2 weeks' time I'll still be doing. I'm not really sure where we're going to be, you know, when the time comes with other stuff, but we do have album reactions. Stray Kids, of course, is one of them. EXO, Red Velvet, we're doing Dreamcatcher. I'm going to keep it to 4 groups for now until we finish those, and then we'll go through other ones. But yeah, this is going to be fun. I'm super excited. So, like I said, I don't know how accurate these color-coded lyrics are going to be, but I'm interested to see. So Hellevator is one that I've already seen the MV for. Pretty cool, right? And let's see now, looking at the lyrics, if they're good or not. Who knows? Okay. So far, I love that sort of breathy tone that he's using. Now, y'all know. Okay, I'm confident that's Changbin, just because I will say with his flow and his tone, he stands out a lot when he raps. For me, anyway. Hey. Ooh, I love that. Okay, Ujin. Ew. Ooh, that chorus. Woo! Hey. Man, this track goes so well, right? It mixes so well together with the vocals especially, and the rapping parts, like the contrast of voices just go so well. I can't believe this was pre-debut, right? This was a pre-debut single. If I'm not mistaken, right? That's what people, I believe they told me, and that is incredible. For a pre-debut, it's just wild. Like, just crazy. Okay, let's keep going. Woo! There he is.
이것을 run away I'm on the elevator 난 올라갈게 어두웠던 내 과거 탈출해 내 깜깜했던 앞길을 미쳐버릴 때 지겨운 시간 잊혀져 버릴 때 이 길을 뛰어 외면하던 새로운 시작의 종소리가 울리며 나는 올라탔지 내 손은 작은 펜트하우스로 데려가지 my elevator
Okay. Okay, Changbin. If that was him, like I said, I don't know if these are all accurate to, man, what a track, though, to, start off with, right? Like, it's so good. I mean, I broke down a little bit the lyrics, or the idea, I guess, basically, in the MV of this sort of being trapped, right, in this, what is, I guess you could say, like a cycle, right? This cycle of constantly putting yourself down and thinking the world is doing the same, and you're constantly trying to escape, right? You're trying to get on this pathway that brings you out of it, but it just feels like there's no anywhere you look, right? It's just everything's kind of crumbling around you. So this is, like I said, it's a banger of a track to start off this album. So, all right, Grr. Now, Grr, I also hold on, we're not there yet. I also started. I saw the performance video of that they have. So hold on, I need to pull up something real quick. All right, so what I did real quick is because this is the time period before Lino, IN, and Han. I think they had their this is their professional, or like their performance names, right? Like their stage names before they got them. I just wanted to, because I'm still not familiar 100% yet with them. I wanted to pick it up their profile so I know which ones. So now I know that Minho is Lino, Jisung is Han, and Jungin is IN. So that is just to help me remember. Okay, Grr. And the sirens in the background.
정신은 지쳐분해 난 폭한 개마냥 누구 앞에 서있든지 상관않고 지쳐분해 이해 못해주는 이해심은 처분해 나를 향한 시선들이 좋든 안 좋든 다 따갑게 느껴지고 답답함이 심한 지금 감정 기복 쌓인 나 자신과의 전쟁 중 어른들에게 입에도 싱숭생숭 나의 상태 말투 행동 이러면 안 된단 걸 알아도 모두 반대가 돼 I want you to understand me 무슨 일이 생길지 몰라 오늘도 나를 찢어 말 붙이지 마 에이 누굴 봐도 찢어 몰아뜯어 찢어 말 붙이지 마 에이 답답해
that girl,
찢지 마 물고 나면 찢어 씹어봐야 즐거워 말 붙이지 마 에이
Bro, listen, okay, I gotta say it, because it's something that doesn't really happen often. So if you watch me, if you watch my channel, you know I'm a big vocal line and bias, right? So, typically, you know, your more vocal-based members, like, you know, Sungmin or IN, for example, would normally be more who I gravitate to. But ever since Thunderous in particular, Changbin has been really just getting my attention. I love his tone, I love his flow, and just something about it. He also has that sort of grittiness that he adds in there, too. And right now, as of right now, now of course, you know, Stray Kids are the type of group that I could easily see end up biasing the whole group, right? And normally with groups that I end up biasing the whole group, it's just a matter of, you know, who's at the top at the moment. And for right now, that's Changbin. Now, that could change, right? That could change over time to, you know, any of the other members. But for right now, Changbin is the guy. He is the one who is like I'm, every time I hear him, every time I see him, I'm like a laser, just pinpointing onto him.
이젠 잠도 편히 못 자겠어 언제부터 푹신해야 할 베개가 쿠션 아닌 책더미가 됐는지 난 이 상황을 부숴버릴
Dude, that little guitar riff. Starting to pick it up with the more rock sound. I like that.
I want you to understand me. 무슨 일이 생길지 몰라. 오늘도 나를 찢어. 말 붙이지 마. 에이, 누굴 봐도 찢어. 무릎 찢어. 말 붙이지 마. 에이, 답답해. 마주치지 마. 물고 나면 찢어. 씹어봐야 즐거워. 마주치지 마. 에이, 답답해. We rolling.
Hey. Okay, do it up. Okay. Ooh. Nice. Ooh, I like that ending. Yeah, and see, I mean, this obviously, you know, this track is capturing that sort of angstiness, right? That angstiness, and they even talk about it. I mean, if the lyrics are to be believed as being correct, which I'm going to assume they are until told otherwise. Right now, like I said, they could be wrong. But basically, like, you know, they're even saying, like, hey, you know, basically, I don't even know, you know, why I'm really angry. It's, you know, there's a lot of stuff that's just kind of making me angry. Maybe there's things that are just annoying. And when I get in that state, it doesn't even matter if, you know, it could be even a close friend, a close family member, relative. I'm going to lash out at them because I'm just angry, right? I just need something. I'm tired of, there's a lot of things that are just kind of making me angry that I find, you know, aggravating or frustrating, and I'm just lashing out, you know? That sort of, like I said, that angstiness that just, you don't, it's in the pit of your soul, and you're just like, bah! Like, leave me alone, you know? You just want things to chill out and to stop. So, I will say, okay, so far we got Elevator, right? We've got Gur. What I like, too, about this, and even with Elevator, is the instrumentation-wise, right? They're incorporating sort of that, like, industrial hip hop and metal and rock sound into it, right, to go along with like their anger. It's interesting. It's like you don't really hear that often, and you know, this came out 2018, and it's funny to me how even, you know, still, right, because I'm thinking about back in 2013 and 2014, you know, with BTS's Too Cool for School and Are You Late Too? Oh, Are You Late Too albums, and even with School Love Affair, you know, they were talking about similar things too, about, you know, society's expectations and what it's like to be, and it's like, that's something that I find in particularly interesting, is that it continues to happen. It might change, right, in exactly how it is, right? Obviously, you know, their school experience was different than mine, and, you know, people, you know, who are in debuting groups now and have in the past few years are going to be slightly different, and it's going to be different, you know, but the core feelings and the core expectations, everything, are still going to be there in some aspects, and you're still going to have, because we're all human, right? So we all feel generally the same, right? That's just how human history works, right? There's, no matter how different we are, there's like a core similarity that we can all sort of grasp onto and understand and you know, gravitate towards. All right, Spread My Wings. I think this, I don't know if this was, I think, was this another performance video that I saw? Or I feel like it was. I feel like I reacted to this. Let me see real quick here. Yes, so I did watch this performance video, and it was good. But lyrically, I don't think I really watched it too much, so let's see. I'm excited. Almost sounds like a record player type of vibe, right? Like it's trying to emulate that sort of sound. 어른스럽고만 싶어서 괜히 안 보던 뉴스를 까보고 운동화에서 더 좋은 구두로 눈길을 돌려 마냥 길었던 하루가 요새는 뭔가 짧게 느껴져 학교 쉬는 시간 종일 치자마자 매점으로 달려갔던 내 발걸음은 점점 초조해지고 떨리고 있어 내가 민증을 받게 되면 기쁜 맘을 감추기 바쁠 듯해 그동안 못해어린 티를 못 내는 척 삐뚤어진 듯 반듯해 시간이 있어도 바쁜 척 허세만 늘어가고 Okay, see? And even in here, we continue that theme of, you know, trying to please people, right? Trying to be something that you're not in order to continue this idea that that's what you're supposed to do, right? That is what the world is telling you is expected of you as you get older, right? When the reality is, as long as you know, do what's required of you in basic terms. I've always thought like this, right? Like, if you are someone who has a job and you're paying bills and you're, you know, doing stuff in a healthy fashion, right? Who's to tell you that it's right or wrong? You know, obviously, when I'm talking about things like, let's say, you know, keeping that childhood perspective, right? If you want to be crazy and goofy and do fun things, silly things, who cares if it's not hurting anybody, if it's not stopping you from doing things that, you know, is, you know, basically your actual responsibilities, right? If you're not purposely, you know, ignoring what you should be doing, and this is stuff that you are doing outside of that, who cares? You know, I think this is a thing now that we're starting to see more and more, which is great, which is people just allowing themselves to be who they are. But at the same point, it's like, yeah, as long as you're doing what you need to do, right? Get your stuff together. Who cares? Why is it, you know, that is always my thing is, if it's not affecting this other person, you know, why are you, maybe it stems from unhappiness or something, and maybe they're just in a system that they can't break out of, right? Maybe they you know, because to them it's all they know. So when someone goes outside of the grain, it's like, well, that's crazy, you know, what are you doing? And it's like, well, no. Are they doing what's required of them? Yeah, then let it be, right?
문방구에 단골 손님 이제 발길은 가로수길 더 좋은 것은 눈 돌리는 거에 그치지 않고는 또 그들여 이렇듯 어른인 척 다 큰 척 다른 의미의 척 박사가 되었지만 막상 눈앞에 다가오니 표정이 벙쩍 생각이 시작 전에 책 다 챙겼을 때 그것도 무겁다면 바람 소화 전에 다 내려놨었는데 어른이 되고 짊어져야 하는 건 몇 배 더 무거운 책임 준비 안 된 난 걱정이 백인 내 나이대로 살래 naturally 어린 날개로 난 let's spread my wings 어른인 척할 때가 좋은 듯해 안 변할래 철부지 같다는 말 듣는데도 뭐든 서툴지만 처음이란 단어가 좋아 어리숙하지만 이대로만 아직 어린 난 지금은 어려워 어른이 되는 날 올까봐 두려워 어른이 되는 날 어리게 보이기 싫어서
Nice trail there. Okay. Nice ad-libs there. Ooh, it's like, sounds like there's like piano layered underneath too, in certain spots. Or keyboards, maybe. Okay. Yeah. Good stuff. I think too, the thing that I always find interesting is like, you know, the idea that you're not allowed to fail. Like, I think that's the biggest problem, is that there's oftentimes you're taught about, you know, not failing and not making mistakes, when in reality it's like, well, how do you learn better, right? To me, and from what I've witnessed just in, you know, people around me and listening to a lot of stories of people, they got better after they were allowed to fail, allowed to make mistakes, and allowed to learn from them, as opposed to constantly, you know, being berated for even, you know, coming close to failing or making a mistake. So, you know, let people learn. You know, how are they supposed to learn if you don't give them the opportunity to learn? You know, I think that's a huge problem too. So, anyway, we're gonna end that track. So far, I think, what's my favorite? I actually like Elevator. Obviously, is really good, right? I like Gur a lot. I would even say that Spread My Wings, you know, from a message standpoint, because now that we're seeing lyrics, you have to take that into account too. And even Gur is really, all of these lyrically too have been strong in the message that they're trying to get across. So we'll see where the rest of this takes us. Yeah. This I don't think I've checked out yet. I'm pretty sure this didn't have any sort of video, so. Ooh. Whoa. What is this? Oh my god. Okay. Huh. Okay. Huh. Ooh, the switch up? Hold on. No, hold on. We gotta start over. I gotta start this track over, because wow. That opening, right, with the guitars and the drums and everything, very reminiscent of kind of like, man, kind of reminiscent too of like an alternative rock feel to it. That was crazy. Definitely didn't expect that. Yeah, like this, the sound is very reminiscent of like early 2000s alternative rock. And the little, it sounds like a cowbell. And then this, we get like 3 switch ups here. We have the one here. Actually 2, I should say. Some more hip-hop sound here, right? And then a more almost like ballad R&B sound. And then it's change again, revving up.
Verse 2.
That was cool. Okay. Ooh, see, this riff here is like my favorite part of the track. It's crazy. Ooh, it changed again. Something different. Oh my god. Wow, okay, hold on. We're gonna go back and listen to that whole breakdown part there. I'll say this. Ooh, that's tough. Instrumentally so far. Instrumentally, I think Ya 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 and Gur have had my favorite, like, instrumentation in terms of the track. This has had, like, 3 quarter change-ups that it did, and then a 4th one towards the end, and then it repeated the, you know, the more rock-centric, I guess you could say, that alternative rock sound, but incorporated the guitar solo as a very, like, layered thing, sort of like a middle layer that was underneath the heavier drum sound, and then, of course, the vocals, which was awesome. And then this whole breakdown as it gets faster and you have more members kind of going in and out was fantastic. In terms of vocally, Spread My Wings might have my favorite pure vocals, and then rap wise, this was pretty heavy, but I think Changbin's part in the elevator so far is, so what I'm liking this too, and then lyrically they're all, there's a clear message and a clear meaning, but what I'm liking is different things shining on different tracks, right? That's very cool to me. So let's re-listen to this. Right here. Hey. The ad-libs, man. Okay. All right. Now for this, in terms of lyrics, it's like a lot of self-doubt, right? A lot of like, I want to be in this place. I believe I should be in this place, but I don't know if I'm quite ready yet. I have the doubts there. There's, being on stage, being in that limelight, and the thought of, someone thinking you're not ready or you're not good enough, to be there. And possibly that could be your own outlook that they're thinking that, right? It's like you visualizing in your head that this person is saying this to you, and then you have someone that is there, though, that's constantly, like, keeping you back on track, though. Like, don't listen to that, just do it. They're kind of keeping your mindset in a good place. So, all right. Yeah is done. On to Glow. Okay. Hold on, we're going back. You can't expect me. I gotta listen to this again. Nice piano intro.
땡땡땡 이 시간에 못 알람이 울려 예예예 일어나야 할 시간도 됐어 깨야 돼 방금 잔 것 같은데 진짜 방금 잤네 거울 보니 페인 다 됐네 머리도 못 말리고 나온 우리 저 멀리 화창한 날씨에 비 맞은 머리로 보이는 멋쟁이들 누가 봐도 한시 굳이 지각엔 하나같이 겁쟁이들 뛰기에 다들 바빠국한 명이 뛰다 자빠지더라 다행히 무릎이
Okay.
저만 남아 춤추는데 지장 없어 있다 해도 차마 졸음이 쏟아지면 바지게 실눈 감아 잠을 잡아 연습은 오늘도 밤이 되면 더 빡세게 맘내주는데 양스럽지만 딱 밤새게 We wanna do my thing 이제는 do nothing이라는 문구가 경고해서 잠시 말려주길 에이 딴 길은 몰라 나 오랫동안 한 곳만 바라보며 달려왔는데 어디 가는 거야 밤 하늘을 봐
Okay.
아침에 출근해 하루 지난 아침에 퇴근해 뒤에 서 있는 형과 두세 시간 잔후 출근해 두근대던 저마던 때 설렘은 사라졌대도 열정은 여전히 넘쳐 나의 랩으로 전해 여전히 다투기 바빠 근데 한 명이 뛰다 빠지더라 이번엔 작은 상처 대신 공허함이 남더라
Ooh, see, I love this setup, though. I love this setup where it's like you have this sort of more mellow tone, right? But it's definitely a more it's mellow in the sense that it's not like fast paced necessarily, right? You don't have so much going on with instrumentation wise. It's piano, maybe some background drums and stuff like that, but it is the emotion is there, right? It's intense, and then clearly, at least to me, they are talking about their practice, right? They're talking about them in this industry, doing what they have to do, pushing themselves, no matter what. Despite everything else, they're fighting. They're still fighting to get to this certain level of perfection, right?
빠지더라 이번엔 작은 상처 대신 공허함이 남더라 에이 며칠의 정적이 흐르고 다시 멀쩡하게 연습을 시작해 우리의 연습 결과가 어떨지의 문제 연습실의 거울을 보면서 매일 묻네 오류난 시험 문제 답은 두 개인 대체 정상하게 나락 둘 중 어디 가는 못해 데뷔라는 단어 큰 압박감에도 이 꿈을 주체 못해 내 앞이 감에도 그럴수록 더 밝게 연습실에 불을 켜 도시의 눈에 불을 켜 없던 길도 찾게 딴 길은 몰라 나 오랫동안 한 곳만 바라보며 달려왔는데 어디 가는 거야 하늘을 봐 환한 저 별들을 봐 어두울 때 더 빛나는 우리 모습 같아 쉬어도 되지만 아직 길러 쉬어야지만 아직 멀어 우리가 가야 할 길 끝이 안 보여도 끝을 봐야 맞지 없이 위로 가는 길은
I love the cutout into the piano, the drop.
앞만 보고 달려 어둠 속을 환히 밝혀
Wow. And then it gets a little bit bigger, right? A little bit more grander in sound when we get to the pickup. Okay. So that was Glow. So what I liked about, here's something, and I'm not saying that it's about how you do it, right? So when there are tracks on an album, or even maybe just a title track that groups put out, and, you know, I'm all for a good trash talk, right? I'm all for a track where a group comes on and they start telling you why they're as good as they are, right? This is why we're good. This is why we're where we are, you know, this is why we're the best. I'm all for the smack talk stuff, right? But what drives me nuts personally is like when they get obsessed with like the money aspect. It's like, you know, we're the best because we got all this cash, you know, all these like materialistic items. It's like, no, do that. Tell me I'm the best because I worked hard. I'm the best because I was up late while everyone else was, you know, partying and stuff. I was in the room. I was in the practice room, you know, for 12 plus hours a day, working my butt off. This is why I'm the best. Right? Because while all you guys wanted to party and do that other stuff, it's similar to, again, I go back to BTS, but a lot of their tracks were them talking about, you know, now their early stuff, I will say, like, you know, hinted at that, but it was followed by them saying, like, will that bring happiness, you know? Like, I want to all these fancy things, but will I be really happy? You know, is my hard work purely for that? You know, whereas even with Stray Kids, with that last, you know, track, it's like, no, I'm killing myself, bro. Constantly killing myself, looking in the mirror, constantly dancing and doing all these things, training, and I don't even know if it's going to get me anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I like. School life. I imagine this is going to have sort of similar things that we've seen in terms of themes of lyrics so far. Ooh, okay. Ooh, that's some interesting instrumentation. Oh, that's funny. Hey. Hey. Okay. Ooh, okay. Interesting. I wonder if this is where a dance break would come in, or if this is just the ending. No. Curious what the dance would be for this, right? Like, that's prime dance break material right here. Ooh, the bass coming in just a little bit. Okay, see what I like about this too? Lyrically anyway, if they can be believed, is basically like the concept of they're just talking about their everyday, school life stuff that happens all the time, and then with the added bonus of them being like almost like Groundhog Day, right? Like the movie Groundhog Day, or the concept of like what that movie basically set up, which is reliving the same day every day. There's no change, and you just get tired of it. It's the same thing. You're going through the motions. You go to the same class. You eat the same food at lunch. You do this, you do that. You follow the motions pretty much. Interesting. It's more of a sort of an I don't want to say happier, but a more upbeat tune, right? Like instrumentation wise. Ooh, okay. Almost like, yeah. With the keyboard, it's like almost like a disco sounding track a little bit. Okay, let's go. I like, and I think everything so far has been very fitting, instrumentation-wise, for the tracks that they've presented, which I enjoy, right? All right, and we are back, and let's finish up this mini album with 4419 4419. Let's see. Real does recognize real. I think that's what it is. Ooh, that's sort of like funky guitar riff to layer down.
나의 자린 벌써 겨울이다 더 전에 서로 다른 곳에서 같은 꿈을 난 꾸는 중 언젠가 똑같은 곳에서 다시 만나는 꿈 꾸고 있어 너와의 추억을 되새기는 중 많이 다투고 얘기를 나눴던 작은 보컬룸 너는 어떻게 지내 텅 빈 내 옆자리는 허전해 잊을 수 없는 날들 필요해도 그저 안부 인사라도 우리 자주 앉았던 버스는 뒷자리에 앉아도 너와 함께 했던 추억들을 떠올리며 흥얼거려 최근에 난 많은 사람 알게 됐어 새로운 환경에도 적응된 지는 꽤 됐어 이제 많이 컸나봐 그저 하거나 나 혼자 다니기 무서워 말 졸라 언제나
Ooh, a little low register there. That was nice.
가는 것도 가능해 멋져 내 옷도 사 서로 공감대가 많아였는데 커가면 공감되는 길을 걷는 건 비현실적인 만화 너는 어떻게 지내 텅빈 내 옆자리는 허전해 잊을 수 없는 날들 뒤로 해도 그저 안부 인사라도 우리 자주 앉았던 버스 맨 뒷자리에 앉아도
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty straightforward, I think, in terms of lyrics anyway, right? It seems like just talking about that person, that friend that you had, you know, it's one of those things where sometimes, not all the times, you know, you'll have people that will stay connected with people they knew, you know, earlier in their life. A lot of times they don't, you know. You know, you may stay connected with high school friends or stuff like that, or you may move on, you know, that's just kind of life. And what's interesting in this is, you know, obviously I'm looking at it as the perspective that they are referring to someone that that they trained with, right? Someone that they trained with, that they came up with, you know, they used to ride the bus with, and they talked about, you know, maybe this person has moved on to a different entertainment company, maybe they're in a different group, you know, but they're talking about, you know, we'll get basically to the same place at the same time, just in a different way, and talk about like how interests change, right? As you get older, you may not always have that same bond, or it could even be someone in a different field, right? It could just be talking about success as a generality too. But I like this. This is nice.
시간에 멈춰서 너와의 추억을 다시
Hey. Okay, so that is it. That wraps up the first EP mini tape, right? Mixtape. Well, this is called Mixtape. So let's dive in here. Let's talk about it. So what a lot of people often will talk about an album and they'll say no skips, right? Like it has no skips. I don't really think about it in terms of no skips. I think about it in terms of, what tracks am I going to be listening to the most? Like, if I go down the list here and I go, okay, like Hellevator, right? Hellevator is a track that I'll put on a playlist and I'll listen to that a ton. Now, in terms of this particular track, I enjoy it, but it's not something I'm going to listen to constantly. I might listen to it and go, okay, yeah, this is a fun vibe. And then I might not listen to it for a bit, and then come back to it eventually. Whereas like Hellevator, I put it on that playlist. I'll listen to it on that playlist every time it comes on, right? Probably same thing with Gurr. Ya 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 is another one, right? Glow too. So I think for me, this is in terms at least of a first mini album, if we're looking at it, I would say that probably with the exception of School Life and 4419, the rest of these tracks, they're ones that I'll put on a playlist and listen to every day, right? I could do that and totally be cool with it. Whereas like for School Life and 4419, I'll listen to them and then I might not listen to them for a bit and then I'll be like, oh yeah, this track was nice. I enjoyed it. You know, it's not on the top, but it's definitely a solid track. And I think, 5 out of 7 playlist, playlist grabs for, your first mini album, your first EP, however you want to look at it, is really good. So, Mixtape, really good overall. I'm excited to get into the rest of these and go down the list. But that is it for this first look into Stray Kids mini albums or album or discography, however you want to look at it. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.